Hello! In this clip from our Justia webinar, The Secret to Career Transitions That Are Epic, Scott Mason gives insights about how to rewrite your professional framework and the role of charisma on career transition. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
The next step to this process is to begin to rewrite your professional framework. And what do I mean by that? In order for us to begin to become something different, there has to be an underlying foundation. There has to be self-confidence in who and what you are to step into something as radical as an epic career transition, or sometimes even just a small scale career transition. We need to know who and what we are for it to work and for it to begin to feel like it's something that we really can pour our hearts and our souls and our spirits into. So identify as an initial matter some inner relics from your past that go as to who you really are. I always tell clients, think about who you wanted to be or what you wanted to be as a child. I used to want to be the communications officer on the Starship Enterprise. Well, that actually taught me something. That taught me that I liked to communicate, that I liked to speak and engage with people. And surprise, surprise, upon realizing that, I ended up a speaker and a 5-time podcaster, right? That relic of my childhood did point to the future. What skills or hobbies do you engage in that might have some relevance in a career and that might add value in situations outside of that hobby or that fun thing, that fun activity? And then what skills in your current job, even if you don't like the overall job or career path that you're on, what skills can be transferable somewhere else? And, things like understanding of compliance or client relations or that sort of thing. And then what about your job do you like? Because you want to, if possible, replicate those things. And then I also urge you, just as part of this practice, to speak to 5 to 10 people that you're close to, that you trust, that will be honest with you about how they see you. What are the core qualities that they believe you really shine in? And in every single case, when I've urged someone to do this, and when I did this myself, there were variations between people, but some central themes came over and over again. I think anyone watching this would not be surprised to hear that I heard over and over again, Scott, you have a lot of energy. Others have said to clients of mine, you have compassion, or you're a great artist, or you're hyper organized in your thinking. And those assessments can then be melded with the review of your own inner relics to get a better picture of who and what you are. And then you want to do what I call the purpose exercise. Having figured out who and what your core qualities and characteristics are, concretely nail down your reason for being by simply applying a formula that I have right here, which is put together your skills and your experiences, those qualities about you that make you so special, and then connect it to a larger service that is related to your values, something bigger than you. And that's where thinking about the lessons that you've learned from some of the struggles in your life and your career can really help, because a lot of times the things that we struggle with are those that we ultimately end up feeling the most passionate about helping other people with regard to. I struggled to find my right career. I feel passion about helping you. I know someone who struggled with spinal issues his entire life, and that's why he has such passion towards doing a lot of spinal manipulations and things like massage and acupuncture. Then put together a strength building plan. And in that strength building plan, you want to identify, based on everything that you've discussed so far, the skills that you have that you want to elevate to a superpower. Number 2, the skills that you don't have, but that are developable, right? Like, let's say you aren't really an expert in interpreting financial documents, but you kind of have that skill and you can build it. And then the skills that you don't have and that you'll never be able to develop. It might be that you are bad at math and you will never be able to develop a skill at math. I know someone like that. That's me. And right, those are the things you want to offload to other people. And you want to begin to think about what that might look like early on and who you might want to bring in your circle that can do those things. Then you want to start to develop a vision statement for your whole life. And that vision statement, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail below, really documents and incorporates things like any physical, mental, values-based reasons why you might or might not be able to or might be unwilling to pursue a professional opportunity. And it might be, for instance, that you can't pursue some opportunities because you have a physical challenge that just keeps you from being able to do it. Or it might be that you view that as unethical for whatever reason. It might also be what I call a personal non-negotiable. Like, let's say you have a parent who's ill that needs a lot of your attention and you can't take your focus away from that. If you identify those things, those can just help narrow down the vision for opportunity. And then when it comes to money, you want to think very, very carefully about that. Where does money really sit in your value system? Is it at the top? Is it in the middle? Or is it really something you don't care about as long as you can pay your rent and put food on the table, right? And when I ask people to think about that, I really say to them, think about what you need when you go through your transition versus really what you just want, right? Right? Like, I don't know. I've had clients that say, I really need to buy to go out to 5-star restaurants every month because that's how I have my pleasure. Well, is that really a need or is it a want? Is that something you can sacrifice? I'm not going to place judgment on it, but I want people to be realistic about that because transitions can involve a shift in your financial situation until you get your bearings. But that being said, are you also discounting the long-term gains versus the short-term change in your financial situation? Because if you go into something that you're really aligned with, a lot of times the financial remuneration can be extraordinarily high, much higher than you might have had if you stayed employed for somebody else. And then with all of those things in mind, you create a broad stroke vision as to what your life would look like. It's very germinal. It is not going to be the final thing, but you want to make it flexible enough so that you can shift it as your life begins to shift. And you also want to have it be experiential, not just XYZ. This is what I'll be doing every day, and this is how it'll look from a data perspective or from how I describe it, but how will it feel to be that person? When I did my vision statement, for instance, I wanted to feel energetic and energized. And other people say they want to feel peaceful. That's what one of my clients said, I just want to feel peace. And we made sure that her vision statement accounted for that. Then unlock your charisma. Like I said a little while ago, anytime we make a change in life, we're going to need to have some helping hands come out there and help pull us out or point us in the right direction. And you want to be able to convince people that you're worth their time and energy investing in when you're making that change. That's why charisma is so important here. Charisma is one of those words that everyone seems to have a definition for. So I'm just going to give you my own definition, which is the ability to command attention in order to obtain a positive outcome. The ability to command attention in order to obtain a positive outcome. It's not being loud. It's not being dramatic. Introverts can be very charismatic. Quiet people can be very charismatic. Small, petite people can be every bit as charismatic, if not more so, than bigger than life, huge personalities. It doesn't mean dominating or speaking over people. What you want to do is spend some time looking at videos of yourself speaking or talking to other people and having them assess how you communicate so you can figure out what your strengths are, begin to work to elevate those, and identify areas to build on and improve. Now, once you do that, those are technical skills. But you're also going to want to, while you're working on your charisma, begin to nail down more and more what is the message that undergirds your vision. In other words, really, what is the message about what I'm here for? What problem or what way am I helping others in the career transition that I want to make? And that's the messaging. Genuine charisma is technique, but as applied to the expression of a message in a brain, the full range of feelings in you that unlocks a powerhouse voice valve inside. And then that emotion, that energy, and that feeling comes forth. That's what gets people attracted to you and gets them to want to help you. So you want to then, as you're working on this, begin to gradually write down how your message is refining more and more. And ultimately, that will become your mission statement. The vision statement is what you want your life to generally look like and feel like. The mission statement is how you want to get there. So your vision statement may be, I want to have a global positive impact on climate change. And your mission statement would be, I want to start a nonprofit that begins to connect grassroots climate activism with national level climate activism and policy. And that is my mission. Once you have that mission, you're going to be able to communicate it using the charismatic techniques that you've developed, and people will snap to attention and want to help you.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos on law practice and legal marketing. See you in our next clip.